This week on 3D Printed Soup, when is a door not a door? When it's a 3D dungeon tile? That makes absolutely no sense. Roll VT. Hi, welcome back to 3D Printed Soup. This week we're going to look at doors for your 3D dungeon tiles. We've looked at corridors, we've looked at rooms. You're going to need something to join the two together, or else you're going to be screwed and stuck in a corridor your entire adventure, which is going to be no fun for anybody. So, I've downloaded a few good free ones. I've also paid for a couple, and I've got a few from test sites on the internet as well, such as Kickstarter and Patreon. We're going to have a look at them. So, let's give these a look and see what we think of 3D doors as they stand at the moment, and which are the best designs for you. Let's give this a look. My first experience of using dungeon doors was with the fantastic MB/Games Workshop crossover Hero Quest from back in the early 90s. Back then you had cardboard, not 3D printing. 3D printing was something dreamed of in a madman's wildest fantasies. No, you had printed cardboard. So you had two choices. You had door closed or door open. And yeah, these worked absolutely beautifully. They are really nicely well designed. They're quite rugged for pieces of sort of like cut printed cardboard. And yeah, they did very, very well. But with the advent of 3D printing, we got so many more options for doors and for portals from one corridor to another. And using 3D doors is a really nice way to sort of bring an air of 3D dynamicism to your board games and also your D&D games. Let's start off with a paid for one. This is from a company called Raging Heroes. They've got a Patreon at the moment, and if you subscribe to the Patreon, you get basically a load of free dungeon tiles. Well, I say free dungeon tiles. You get a load of dungeon tiles along with the miniatures you've paid for. I don't get paid by these guys. I just kind of like their stuff. The doors are fairly basic. As you can see here, it's just basically some posts attached to a dungeon tile, and the door itself is just, it's a piece of plastic. There's no way to open or close them, and it's just another printed dungeon tile, but this time vertical. And yeah, it gives you an idea of what the door looks like, but so you can't open or close them. But I like the style of it, I like the detail of it, and I like the way that it clips onto the dungeon tile. But say you can't open or close them, so not for me, but still a nice 3D printed door. I then went on to some ones which have basically been designed by the community. This guy's name is Soren Ian Sorensen. You can find him on Thingiverse, but also I put a link in the description below. His options are door closed and door open, much like Hero Quest itself, but much nicer 3D representations here. You've got doors on both sides, although as you notice I didn't print these reversed because this is just a demo, but if you wanted to have them with the handle on the same side, you just reverse the print, because they come in two halves and the two halves stick together, so it's much easier to print and you don't get any of the support material on one side, so you get nice flat detailed doors on both sides. I like these. I wish they had more of a stand to them because they're quite easy to knock over. But if you glue these to a piece of card or glue them to some 3D printed dungeon tiles, these work very, very nicely. And yeah, they're nice and detailed and nice and big as well. So yeah, I like those ones a lot. Moving on from that, we go to paid for ones. This is from Printable Scenery. I featured their dungeon tiles before. Their free base pack, which is really, really good. And it's free, so great, yeah, download today, give them a try, and if you like them, buy some stuff on them. I don't get paid by these guys as well, but I like their stuff, and they're nice enough to give us a free base pack free. They have come up with this. This uses the Open Lock 2, which basically is clips and locks, especially attach dungeon tiles together, like so. You get a clip and a lock and pop them together. See my review of their stuff a couple of videos back. They're really worth having a look at. What I like about this is The doors and portcullises function in both the open and the closed. So you get really, really nice doors, or in this case a lattice or sort of, you know, portcullis kind of thing. And yeah, it's a nice way to show when you've opened doors and when you've closed them. Also really good for traps as well. So yeah, I like this. This is printable scenery, and yeah, there's a link in the description below for these guys. I also like the way that they also lock onto the dungeon tiles, as I said earlier. Finally, and possibly my favourite one out of all of them, is a company called Dragon Lock Ultimate. They also give a free starter set, but you can also buy stuff from them as well. And they've gone one step beyond. They've actually done a proper mechanism for opening and closing the doors. You have got the base, which is on one of their Dragon Lock tiles. Functions very similar to the open lock. You've got the holes there and clips go in and they're attached to the dungeon tiles. But these ones are actually part of the tile itself. You don't get them like the other one where they pop on. These are actually door tiles, which is quite nice. I like the way they kind of goes into the corridor as a door would. To assemble these ones, you've got quite a few parts, but it's well worth the effort. You get a hinge. That goes in there like so, but you need to attach a door first. So you get the 3D printed door, and this has got a little hole in the back, and you just get the hinge, push it through and clip. That then goes in there like so. You then get the mantle, which goes on top, and you see that these two little pegs on top with L shapes, you can't get them the wrong way around. These just clip on the top like so, and you line them up. I'm just going to take this out of shot because I actually have to line it up, and if I don't line it up right, they'll break. We don't want that. Ah, that's better. Right. All these clip together, and you get this great door opening mechanism. Clips in, pushes open, and it's really, really quite nice. Doors open on both sides. Surprisingly, doors open on both sides, and you can clip other dungeon tiles such as this together and have these doors open to corridors. The thing I also like about this is with doors like that, you can actually do an obscure mechanic. Say you're thief or assassin, played here by a wonderful Black Lotus figure, wants to get the jump on somebody coming through the door. You can actually have it so she's hiding behind the door, and you can actually work out line of sight when someone walks through and doesn't see her because the door blocks the line of sight. So yeah, there's also dozens of other doors available out there, but these ones are the ones that I thought best demonstrated the kind of doors you can get from 3D printing. So you've got the fully articulated, the sort of sliding tile door, the open-close replacement doors, and your basic scenery doors. So yeah, we've had a look at a few 3D doors there. I like the ones that actually open and close, but hey, that might be a bit complicated for some people. They might just like the swappable ones, or even like the classic Hero Quest cardboard ones. Hey, you do you, whatever floats your boat. Thanks for watching 3D Printed Soup. If you've got other doors that you'd like to look at, or you think that you found something which are better than the ones I've shown, give me a note in the comments below, and I might do a second follow-up video on this. If not, just like, subscribe, and click the notification button, because that does stuff. Algorithms, God knows. But hey, stay happy, stay safe. Thanks for watching.